Today we're going to be breaking down the Same Thing instrumental, produced by me, of course. So let's get into it. Alright, here's my project file, right here. So I got the main melody from Splice. Pretty simple. I didn't put much on it at all. Just a little high pass and a reverb. So next up is this kalimba loop I found. Just really adds a lot of ambience to it. So I got a phaser on there because we love that trippy sound. And then we got the panomatic as well to make it really pan back and forth. The phaser's already doing that a little bit, but panomatic really just solidifies that. Really what makes the most difference on here is Magic Dice. And what that does is it just generates a random selection of wet plugins. So this is before and then after. It just adds a whole nother layer of ambience to it. It's sick. Alright, and another loop from Splice here. This one sounded good as is, so I didn't even throw anything on there. And a synth loop also from Splice. Once again, another phaser. Another Magic Dice. And I threw a gross beat on there to give it a volume gate. And then yet another Splice loop on top of that. We got a pluck. All I threw on this was a phaser. Alright, next up we got this little flute from Omnisphere, and it's such a small addition, but it adds so much to the beat. And once you throw all the melodic elements together, this is what it sounds like. And I can't forget about the bass. So I actually commissioned this guy on Fiverr to do it for me. Crazy. After everything was done, I ended up paying him like $7 for it, but it was well worth it because I was trying to make one on my own with VSTs, and I was also trying to find a good one on Splice, but I really just couldn't make or find anything that was groovy enough. It sounded good dry, but I ended up putting this EQ on it. C2LA for the compression, and just a little reverb on there. Alright, now we got the drums. So we went with the 4 to the floor kick on this one. And we layered a clap and a snare. I guess it's not really that much of a clap, it's more of a snap, but that's what they call it in the drum kit, so it's a clap. Simple little hi-hat on top of all that. Had an open hat. Perk for the bounce. And another one, just because we can. On this next portion, I just added another hat layer on top of it. Alright, so I switched things up a little bit once I get to the drop here. So the first thing you'll notice is that I chopped up the guitar loop a little bit. And you'll notice it also sounds a little bit lower too. I switched it over to Stretch Pro and I formant shifted it down 400 cents. Just a slight difference, but it really adds a lot of variation. For the bass line on the drop, I just took this 808 I got from one of my packs. That's a good bass, but it just sounded kind of boring to me at first, so Throw on an EQ though to cut a little bit of the moneyness, but also boost up more of the lows. C2LA compressor, sound goodizer, of course, and then a gate on the bass. It makes it so much more bouncy. And also a side chain with the kick. The second drop is basically the same. I just cut out the main guitar loop for this part. It's a really simple beat, but I'm honestly super proud of it, and it's definitely one of my favorites I ever made. Peace.